What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, we're going to be checking out Beyonce's self-titled record. Now, I misspoke in my last video. This is actually the album that dropped and took the music marketing by storm because it was a surprise drop with no promo, and because of this record, musicians started actually releasing music on Fridays instead of Tuesdays. So a lot of things came from this record. I was a little bit confused with this one and Lemonade because Lemonade also had a lot of lore around it as well when it came out because of the subject matter of the records. Now, before we get into today's video, I just want to plug my Patreon. When I do album reactions, I do full uncut album listening parties over on Patreon. So I press record, we jam the whole album together, and then I upload that video over to Patreon. Then I edit it, cut a bunch of stuff out for copyright and pacing and things like that. You get the YouTube version. So if you want to watch where we just like jam the whole song, there's no cuts and all that stuff, the link's in the description. It means a lot to me. I already have Cowboy Carter, I have Renaissance, and I have Lemonade as full uncut album listening parties over there, and you'll also be able to watch this one as well. So if you want to check it out, again, everybody that goes over there literally supports this channel. So links in the description. I will say that of this record, it's the one that I feel like I'm most familiar with because of when it came out and kind of where I was at in my life. My wife really enjoyed the singles off of this and some of the other tracks as well. So I feel like she played them a lot. Those tracks being Drunken Love, Partition, Mine featuring Drake, and that was my fault because I put that on a playlist. I have my complete Drake playlist, and then Flawless, because that song's an absolute banger. And I will say that not only do I actually know those, but I know that there was like a deluxe edition that came out, and I know the remix versions of those too. So I'm pretty familiar with those songs. Obviously, you know, I don't react to songs that I already know. You guys know that. So those are gonna be the only ones we don't do. But with all that out of the way, I'm really excited to dive into this, starting with Pretty Hurts.
Oh, my aspiration in life would be to be happy.
Aww. Now that's such a like hard-hitting way to start a record. Like, let's just be real. Oh, if you can hear it in that production, but there is just so much going on with her voice, the layers of it. I love hearing that. You guys know that if you've ever watched any video, I can't shut up about it, but it just sounds so fucking good. Woo! I also really like this because I think this is the most, well, Renaissance had like some, like obviously pop elements to it, but this is the most pop of Beyonce's music that we've checked out so far on the channel. And that's actually really exciting because we're working backwards. So it's fun to kind of see like the de-evolution, or you can even look at it as the evolution of where like her sound went and kind of like where it started. And me being like a fan of Destiny's Child, which I'm really excited to actually do full album reactions to that, because you know, as a kid I was just listening to singles, right? So that's gonna be like, oh, so sick. But yeah, I just fucking love that. I just love that we're like getting to explore a whole like different side of Beyonce. Those Beyonce vocal runs, yes. Ooh. The soul that needs a surgery. You know, I feel like we've heard artists do songs like this. These kind of songs are, in my opinion, very important when you have, you know, a following base that, you know, looks up to you, for you to be the one, you know, standing up there saying like, it hurts to be pretty. It hurts that society puts all of these unnecessary pressures on us to make us feel like we have to do these outlandish things to ourselves in order to be able to feel comfortable in our own skin. And while I don't have a problem with any of those things, I can understand the mindset. It is crazy of like, how did we get here? But it's just a society. Wow, that took a lot. Society and culture that we're in that really pushes that sort of like standard and makes, you know, specifically women have to work so fucking hard to get this image that, you know, society has created. God, what the fuck? Oh, she's saying Pretty Hurts. and it just sounds so beautiful, but there's just like that huge level of sadness in that, because it does hurt to be pretty if you're having to chase that standard. But still, it just sounds so pretty when she sings it. Oh. Oh, I love the cadence to that. Dude, I actually believe that Beyonce is one of those artists, and I can say that because this song is so hard-hitting lyrically, because it's such a powerful meaning. But I feel like Beyonce is also the artist that could put this same song out with no lyrics, just her doing these vocal runs, and we'd love that song. But what I love is that you're taking that talent, but you're also plugging in such a fucking beautiful message. Like, hell yeah, we're into it. Oh! Oh! Love those drums coming back. Yes. Oh yeah. See, I know that there's might be transitions. I'm trying not to skip them, but I also wanted to just like, close up each song before we go into the next one. And I feel like with this one, at the end of the day, Beyonce's just telling you, when you look in the mirror, can you see beauty within yourself? Can you find that perfection within your soul and within yourself? And can you find that love for yourself? Because trying to just be pretty is a very painful thing. And that's not just from the physical things you may do, or the diets we put ourselves on, or the workout regimens that we do, all these things that we do to try to maintain or create this level of quote unquote pretty, when in reality, sometimes it's fixing the inner self. Because you can look as pretty as you want, but pretty can still feel like shit when you look in the mirror and hate yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's the fucking worst thing. Thank you for antidepressants. But I feel like Beyonce really puts that into a beautiful way here. Like, not only are we getting that delivery, which by the way reminds me of like, I'm class of 09, okay? And so, we had some bangers in 09, all synth heavy. But I feel like synth heavy pop was really cool at that time. And I like that, this comes out in 2013 and she manages to take that sound, but it's elevated. These synths are hitting harder. I feel like the drums are better. The production is better. But then you got Beyonce's vocals layered all over this in the most beautiful way. Again, it's a huge compliment to say that she could just put a song out giving these like crazy vocal runs and we're still jamming. You know what I mean? But I love the fact that she takes that talent, again, plugs it in with great lyricism and a strong message. It's a 2009 vibe too. Okay, this is Haunted.
I'd like to thank the judges for picking me, my parents who I love. And I've been drifting off on knowledge. Cat calls on catwalks, man, these women getting silent.
Hey.
I close eyes to find the beaches in the forest. When I'm looking off the edge, I preach my gut and can't help ignore it.
This is a vibe that I got on Renaissance a bit. So it's interesting that she already kind of had, I don't know what type of delivery this is called. I don't know if there's a specific genre for this. You guys can let me know in the comments. Turns out I don't actually know that much about music. But I've definitely heard her do this kind of like delivery before.
Climbing up the walls, 'cause all this shit I hear is boring.
Fuck, that bass is so heavy. Oh, I love having the vocals sampled like that. Ooh. I just like that whole intro piece to this is incredible, right? I feel like not only are we talking about, we're hitting a couple things there, because the delivery feels like it's almost like Beyonce trying to shake things up. It feels like there's this sort of like, controlled chaos, but chaos nonetheless. There's some timing switch ups and those vocal deliveries feels a little bit chaotic, right? But like, it almost feels like I need to shake this up. I'm bored of it. She even says like, and we're guessing, or at least for me, I'm guessing here, but she even says like, This probably won't make any money. And my guess is it's all just like, I just want to change things up. I'm sick of the record labels. I'm sick of the business side of these things. I just need to change it up. And I love that that intro exists that way. And then it kind of like, just kind of goes off into this next part of the song, like leaving that part behind. I don't know. Super cool. Dude, I just like when you have a section like this, these drums so fucking heavy, but then you have her singing, and remember Beyonce can hit like all these ranges, right? So when we have her singing in this range over drums that are this heavy, this is not the first time y'all have heard me talk about how much I love just that in music, in production and composition and all of it. Hey. It's fun too because of the working backwards thing again. I never know when a drop is going to be like an R&B drop or like a hip hop / like trap inspired drop or like a pop or dance drop, because we've heard, well, we could even get a country drop at this point because of what we've already heard in the little bit of albums I've done from her. So that's fun. God, and that fucking like pad is so heavy, that synth. Hey! Nope. This song has so many change ups. Oh, wait a minute. Take back what I said right here, right? Because I said like, I don't know when the drum is going to be like a dance, R&B, like trap, whatever. The whole point I was saying is I never know like what the style of the song, where it's going to go. So we had the dance like pop drop, and now we get like a trap drop? Really? Like in the same song? Okay. It's where we come on to you, I'm on to you. You must be on to me. Dude, the production on this is so sick. Oh, dude. That right there is like a perfect showcase in just like how you take a 6-minute song and turn it into an entire like travel. Like I feel like we just went on an explorative journey at a moment of Beyonce's life. I'm going to be honest with you. When I think about the meaning of the song, based on the first portion of this going into that second part, remember, this is my first time listening to this, okay? I feel like the song almost feels like the entire track is about possibly the music industry, looking at it, not only just from that intro that we had, right? But then we kind of get into all the things being shaken up and wanting to be over this and, sick of, just where things are at, the stagnation or where I'm at or where I've done or what I've done with these things, sick of the record labels and all that. And then when it gets to that second part, it almost seems like, it's almost like Beyonce talking to the industry, where it's almost like if I'm onto you, you must be onto me. And if I'm haunting you, you must be haunting me. At least that's what I thought I heard on that. And the idea being that like, if I'm starting to understand that y'all are full of shit, y'all are probably starting to understand that I'm aware that you're full of shit. And that's a really dangerous place to be from like a business perspective too. Not only just from like a music perspective. I don't know if any of that's right. However, I don't know. I kind of picked that up there. I love the production on this. I love just how many change ups go on in the song. So many different timings, structures. I love that I cannot, like this song really challenged my brain because I can predict music usually. Fuck no. I had no idea what was coming on this. Never knew what style she was going to take. Like I said, I know Drunken Love. Love that song. So this is Blow. Whew, good funk groove there. Now, come on. Keep me moaning. Wait, hold on. I don't know what that. Hold on, let me hear it one more time. Keep me humming, keep me moaning. Not only do I love that lyric, the way she fucking delivers this right here. We're listening to that again. Keep me humming. One more. I just love that she like hits the note, goes either harmonizes herself, hits those like higher notes there. So sick. Okay. It's just crazy to me. Like I listen to the song and I can't imagine a world in which Beyonce writes the song, makes the song, and Jay-Z did what he did. Are you kidding? I'm gonna drink some water to that. I feel like the lyrical like content has to be this for this instrumental, right? It gives me this sort of like 60s and 70s like psychedelic, funky, like sex positive kind of vibe. Like the instrumental alone gives that. The instrumental alone is sexy. And then you add the lyrics and you're like, all right, Jay-Z, how? How? Hey! Can you eat my Skittles? It's the sweetest in the middle. Quotation dash Beyonce 2013. Woohoo! Those vocal runs, literally at any point, you could do them at any point. We're here for it.
Get into this, girls. It's for all my grown. I want you to turn that cherry out. Turn that cherry out. I want you to turn that cherry.
We are dancing and turning that cherry out.
I want you to turn that cherry
Hey!
out. I want you to turn it. Don't slip off when it drip off on top of your right. See it here.
Fuck.
Lift it up and toss it, babe. I know it. Give me that daddy long stroke. I can't wait.
Give me that daddy long stroke. It's such a banger, and those bass riffs are everything. Imagine me pulling up, turning that cherry out, loud on the radio. It is. Hey. I mean, that is a riddle. Yeah, you gotta do that riddle. But yeah, sweetest in the middle. I love this track because I like that it's just unapologetically just like sex positive in a free way. This idea of just like, I feel like sometimes we talk about sex in a way that can be degrading. Sometimes we talk about sex in a way that can be just kind of gross. I mean, like, not like, I don't know. Sometimes you hear lyrics and you're like, well, this is just like, I feel like you just made it sound like gross. But I feel like Beyonce has a great approach here of coming from a place of like, yeah, dude, when you're excited to like be physically intimate with somebody, whenever you're really connected with somebody, you look forward to that. That is a great feeling, right? And she's putting that into words here. And I like that it feels like a bop about, you know, the best oral sex, which literally like, fuck yeah, you know what I mean? Like, this is exactly what we want. And I also just appreciate that we've got these beautiful bass lines, because if you were going to deliver that also orgasmic bass riff like we're getting here with these kind of vocals from Beyonce, you know it's going to blow. And it's a banger because of that. So many puns, but I'm no angel. This is no angel. Damn. Dude, I love when she hits these crazy high voices, or like vocal notes, like how, whatever you want to call them, all right? Voices. It's a voice.
No, I'm not the girl. I come with a side of trouble, but I know that's why you're staying, because you're no angel either, baby. No, I notice when you lay off, when you
Oh my God.
I love you even more.
This is the best kind of love, and anyone who is in a relationship or has been in this kind of love can understand what I mean, where you see somebody for everything that they are, and it's that thing that makes you love them so much. Like, you can see all of their faults. You know that they're not perfect. They got a little devil to them, whether in a good way or in a bad way, but they do. But you recognize that because they recognize your demons too. And those two things, when you bring them together and you're able to break those walls down, that's a great fucking relationship, because someone loves you even though they know every piece to you. That's real love. Fuck. Oh. Oh my god. Fuck. Has this like 80s vibe to it. I feel like it's the kind of instrumental we would have later heard on like After Hours on the Weeknd's album. Like, not the same, but it's that same sort of like just very big, like very heavy synth 80s kind of inspired vibe. Damn. Even a lot of these like just a lot of the effects, a lot of like percussion and stuff that's happening, like so many cool elements to this. Come on, you gotta appreciate things like that in music production, because it's just so cool. Like, just to keep the element of the lyrics alive in the instrumental. Damn. I also love that this song is, so it goes, I know the next song, which is Partition. So No Angel, which it's going to transition to Partition, which we all know what that song, we all know what we're doing in that track. But I feel like in No Angel, again, there's obviously like, she has this, there is like a physical piece to it too. Like, you can feel this sort of tension. And I don't know if it's just from the production or from the way that she does her vocals, but you can feel that it's a tension of like, there's a lot of love there, but there's also like that physical side to it too. And I can tell like from just actually a lot of these songs, right? There is this physical component too. So I feel like while we've talked like in Pretty Hurts and Haunted, Pretty Hurts talked about loving the self, Haunted, in my opinion, we're talking about the industry. Then we got like Drunken Love, Blow, No Angel, into Partition. You know what I'm saying? You know the vibes at this moment. But No Angel is like, I love you no matter what. But I'm also like, ready to get the driver to roll up the partition, please, if you know what I'm saying. All right, but this is Jealous.
I cooked this meal for you naked.
Ooh.
So where the hell you at? And I know when you're not honest, now you got me yelling. That's because I'm jealous.
Oh, so I don't know. I really don't try to spend a lot of time in celebrities' personal lives, just personally. Because I'll get lost in that. You know what I mean? Like, you know when something's just not good for you? That's what that is. So I don't know, like, Beyonce's writing style. I don't know if she's writing like from things that she's experiencing at that time. I know that later albums, I've heard them, but I don't know when she started like really putting her own life into the songs. And it may be that it's always been that way. I'm just not that far into the discography yet. But I feel like in this track, maybe she already had some issues going on. I mean, Jay-Z and Beyonce have been together a long time. So I don't know if she already had some idea, or maybe she caught him in some sort of lie or something, and that started to make her feel some type of way. Because that's the part that sucks, is like, you know, you lose this trust thing, or you are the reason that you start losing that trust because you feel like you have this jealousy, and so you create scenarios in your head. So I made this dinner for you naked. Why aren't you here? I wish you could see in my head how I'm seeing this situation.
If you give me your promise, I'm keeping mine. I'm jealous. Mirror, and I say to myself, baby girl, you can't survive like this. Taking one step.
Well, I kind of like what she just said there too about like walking in your shoes. It's almost like I'm jealous of the way that you get to act, and also the way that you, like, your life is perceived, or the way that you perceive our relationship. It's almost like not only am I jealous just of you, or maybe jealous in our relationship, but maybe I'm also jealous of who you get to be in this relationship.
Freak 'em dress out my closet. caught up to his bestest. Now we're reminiscing how we used to flex in Texas. Don't be jealous.
Hey!
Give me your promise and keep in mind. You can't survive like this. No, no, no. And I hate you for your lies and your covers. And I hate us for making good love to each other. Don't judge me. If you keep me on, judge me. I'm jealous.
Those layered vocals right there. Oh. I really thought we were going to get another like drum moment there. So I feel like we're hitting a couple of topics here. I feel like it's almost maybe jealousy in the relationship, jealousy of, it's almost like we're just hitting the realms of jealousy, because I feel like it started out in the relationship. It started out kind of like with that, and then maybe her seeing herself as someone else so that she could do all the things that she would never do. But then I almost feel like there might have been a part where it's almost like she's speaking to every woman. She's like, you know, I'm just a human, like I mess up, like it's not, you know, I have jealousy, but also like maybe don't like come after me because of jealousy. The idea is that just jealousy and just being jealous just exists in a very big space. And I like that she kind of, at least in my opinion from what I was listening to, it kind of felt like she was trying to hit all of those topics at once. Okay, this is Rocket.
You watch me.
Hey.
Appeal. Don't take your eyes. Don't take your eyes off it. Watch it,
Hey.
babe. If you like.
I feel like we've had a couple tracks that have had this kind of vibe. Again, pushing that sort of like funk element while also being like very just like stripped back and honestly sexy. Like it's so cool to hear that sound so well in this.
Do you wanna touch me, baby? Ooh, you reach my peak, baby. Peak, baby. Peak. And reach right into the bottom of my fountain. I can feel my river flow and flow.
Wait, so I feel like, I mean, I've heard her have the like sexual theme in music. Like I'm not like, oh, that's so interesting. But I wonder if like, I'm starting to feel like in this record, it feels like the topic is a lot. And now that when I think of like Pretty Hurts and Haunted, it's almost like this idea of like being kind of the centerpiece and how like you're so judged by so many people that it's so hard to like even change or be someone else. And so I don't really know if she had this kind of like this much of this topic in previous records, but I can tell based on kind of like the doubling down on it in here that it might be one of the first times that she's felt comfortable enough within herself to explore this side of her. And honestly, it sounds fucking awesome and very natural. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that, but you guys gotta let me know, because it just feels like that topic is coming up a lot in a way that is different from what I remember listening from like just Beyonce singles and stuff. I do remember this being very different and feels that way right with this.
Till waterfalls, rocket till waterfalls.
Rocket till waterfalls, bathe in these waterfalls. Jay-Z, you fucking idiot.
I do it like it's my profession. Anything else that you may read between the lines, you and I create rockets and waterfalls.
Fuck.
Mountain, I wanna play in your deep, baby, deep for air to breathe.
Fuck. I like, honestly, these kind of instrumentals are so sick when you have a vocalist this talented, because it just like, there's so much space to just let your voice breathe, do whatever you want, runs all over the place, do whatever. And it, oh, yes.
And
Yes.
watch me over until my well runs dry. Hard rock, steady rock. Your love feels like a four-season. Screaming to the Lord, boy, kiss me. Pray we don't overflow.
Oh,
Baby, I
yeah.
know you can feel it pour. Deep in the
Dude.
thick of my water.
What is even going on vocally right now? I gotta take this back a little bit.
To the Lord, boy, kiss me. The waterfall.
Holy shit. What?
I can't help, oh child, oh no, yes Lord, damn baby, that told me like that daddy,
Oh.
even though I've been a
The theatrics of Beyonce's voice. Are you kidding me?
bad, 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 me, please,
What?
punish me, please, I mean what you gonna do, oh my shit's so good, it ain't even right, I know I'm ready, see. With so much more than pointless fixtures, Instagram pictures, consumer cyclical trends.
There's like, this is such an interesting track. This will go down as one of my favorite Beyonce songs. It's so interesting. There's just so many levels to the shit.
Fit in, home in my skin. It looks so comfortable in my skin.
This song, you know, especially I just listened to Lemonade, obviously. It's like I'm feeling a type of way. Although that album did change my perspective on Jay-Z a little bit. More like, you know, empathetic, or I guess compassion to the situation. It's not my relationship, and Beyonce forgave him. So yeah, but I listened to Rocket and it just pisses me off all over again, because this is the dream for anyone looking for that long-term relationship, that forever person. You want to be connected in every single way, including this way. And this way becomes very important for a lot of reasons, because Beyonce just said, I'm so comfortable in my own skin. I just want to give all of this to you. So you decide to take that and fucking throw it right out of the, you know, it's like, are you kidding me? But her delivery in this is so incredible. Again, gonna go down as one of my favorite Beyonce songs, because not only do we have so many levels to the production of this, timing when it comes to those drums, the fucking cutouts, the bass riffs, those like super badass guitar solos that are happening. They just sound so good. They take over like so much space in this track, but there's so much room left for Beyonce to just give us this vocal experience. And so not only is she just telling you how much she loves you and wants to spend good quality time with you, making waterfalls for you to bathe in. Are you fucking kidding me? So you have that, and you have her delivering it with those, like, you know, she gets that like rock kind of voice, almost a little bit that gravelly sound. I just love that power. Such a fucking cool song. Damn it, Jay-Z. Okay, this is XO, because I know mine featuring Drake. This is XO.
Your heart is glowing.
Oh.
And I'm crashing into you. Baby, cloud. Your face is all that I see. I give you everything, baby, love.
Was it Love Me Lights Out? Turn my lights out? Is that what she said?
Ooh, baby, daylight's wasting. You better kiss me
I think like the
before.
synthesizer is in a phaser, right? So it's like like coming. It sounds so cool.
My time is run out. Just hopelessly gazing. Oh, before our time is run out. Baby, love me lights out. In the
Oh, I get it. Love me now before time runs out. Love me lights out. Like love me until the lights are out. Love me until we're dead. It almost kind of sounds like other people see me and they kind of look at me and I'm like the spectacle, but you see me for me. So I want you to love me until it's lights out, until it's no more.
darkest night out. This is all that I see. I give you everything. Baby, love me lights out. Baby, love me. I love
I like her voice in this a lot. A little bit different of a style that I've heard from her. I mean, it's got that raspy sound that we're familiar with, but the actual delivery of it is different. It's almost like kind of like spoken in a way. I mean, she's still singing it, but woo! Okay, so you could turn my lights out. So love me until I'm dead. You could love me until there's nothing left. Definitely picking up multiple meanings here. The first one, let's just, could be a relationship, right? It's like the easy one of like, people look at me and see me as a spectacle, but you're able to see the real me, and so I want you to love me. So the lights are out, love me forever. But I actually feel like the song might even be like a message to the fan base. I feel like I could hear that stadium kind of sound, which gave me this idea that she's up on stage. And while maybe the general public knows who she is, and so they see her, they look at her as the spectacle, when she's on stage and she looks out in the crowd and she connects with her fans, she understands that love is real. She can see that they truly see her for who she is. And because of that, she wants to like give them this experience, share this moment together until it's lights out. And I think that's such a beautiful idea about the song. Even if I'm wrong, I'm keeping it that way. I know Flawless. So the next track that we're going to listen to is Superpower.
In the palm of my two hands, hold each other. That feels different from when your hand.
That may very well be one of the most very real, obvious things that Beyonce's ever said.
That's just the way it is. And when my voice is screaming out to my own ears, that feels different from when I hear yours.
Ooh.
Now that's just the way it is. I guess I didn't see myself before you.
Oh, see, I love that. I love what she just said right there. It's like you're looking at yourself. You see yourself all the time. I do this to myself, right? You sit in front of the mirror, you just take yourself apart, right? But then you turn around and like that person that cares about you, that loves you, the way that they see you, and that feels very powerful because you're like, damn, like you're making me almost see myself.
Moving forward.
All right, Frank, let's go.
Like a bear, a tough love.
And I thought the world would revolve.
Oh man.
Without us. Without. Hey. There's nothing I know that can break us down. They can't break us down.
We know that's true too, right? Like, despite everything that Beyonce went through in her relationship, they really did have a superpower. Like I said, at the end of Lemonade, even me, who only knew the bad in their relationship, like legit, like changed my attitude. Well, until I heard some of this other stuff, but had me like, really change my attitude towards that. And again, having an opinion on someone else's relationship is a weird thing for me to do anyways. But I think it's more so just like, damn it, Jay-Z, don't make every dude look the same. You know what I mean?
And just like even the babies know it's there. Tough love.
Oh.
The laws of the world never stop.
And I just love that this whole time we have Frank Ocean's like ad-libs, little harmonies, little melodies kind of going on. Just so good.
Us once. Cause together we got plenty superpower. Like a shark. Ooh, too much to bear.
And I thought the world would revolve.
Yes.
The world would revolve.
God, that low voice.
Without us, plenty power.
Woo.
Nothing I know couldn't break us down. Yes, we can.
Oh, man.
Break us down.
All that going at once right there.
Break us down. Yeah, we can. Couldn't break us. They couldn't break us down.
When I saw that Frank Ocean was in this track, I didn't realize he'd be blessing us with like literally him being a piece of this instrumental throughout this whole time. I love that piece to it so much. He has such a great low tone to his voice. Holy shit. And it works so well in this. I love this track because I like the idea of, you know, metaphorically likening a love, a really strong bond with somebody, a strong connection, to it being a superpower. Our superpower is being together and being strong through all. And I think that when you are in a really loving relationship, a committed relationship that you know you're going to be in, you want to be in forever, that's the kind of love you want. It's not only this, we're going to stay together, we kind of like ignite each other, we do all these things, but we also lift each other up. You know, she makes the point of saying, like, when I look in the mirror, what I see and what you see are totally different things. You almost make me see what I see, or maybe I didn't see myself until I had you. You are my superpower. Love that. And of course, got Frank Ocean on the track. It's fucking so sick. Just a long instrumental that I didn't know I was gonna need so many of Frank's vocals on. And I feel like at first it actually took me a second to really even register that that's what was going on. Like, I could hear the backing vocals. I knew he was in the song, but you don't really start to notice it until little things in the production kind of move out of the way to make you notice certain things. And then I was like, oh shit, like this is like a whole different dynamic here. All right, this is Heaven.
Me, your secrets. I just can't stand to see you leaving.
Oh shit.
Heaven couldn't wait for you. Go home.
I really didn't want to stop this. It's so cool to hear how they have separated her vocals. So if you're listening to this song with headphones on, definitely go listen to the actual thing, not just the one on my video, because you can actually hear, like, they'll have like, so it seems like some of the words are at like maybe 15 to 20%. And then I feel like there's more vocals that are like back here at like 40%, like separation. So you hear it more on, man, it's really cool. That's like, that was like a little bit, you guys probably don't care, but still it's cool. Like, they're like right here. That's crazy.
We laughed at the darkness.
Oh, that fucking piano, just so heavy. Woo!
Heaven couldn't wait for you. No!
Oh!
Heaven couldn't wait for you. Heaven couldn't wait for you.
I'm sorry, I wasn't gonna stop it. She's fucking incredible. Listen to this, that like voice crack moment. Like, the emotions are so real. There's so much. Oh god.
Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga tu reino. Hágase tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. Amén.
Goosebumps, just straight up. Like, look at that. I just shaved my face, by the way, and I can already feel it coming back now because of that. Damn it. It's been like literally 2 hours. Oh man. Oh, I got the full body goosebumps right now. Give me a second. They're on my kneecaps. I hate it, but I love it at the same time. Okay. Well, this is definitely my favorite song on the album. Hands down, no questions asked. I love emotionally heavy songs. You guys know that. I like whenever I feel, because the thing is, like, it doesn't matter if Beyonce wrote this or if somebody else wrote this. Although I feel like Beyonce wrote this. I don't know. The thing is, she is so good at delivery that she can make anything sound like she wrote it. You know what I mean? But the reason that this is so like I'm having this reaction to it is I feel like this just feels the most emotionally fucking tense song on here. Everything she's got, she's putting into this, and you are hearing it. that voice crack, like that voice crack right there was the first time that I felt a chill go up the back of my leg. I was like, what the fuck? Like, just because it feels so haunting to actually like experience someone else's emotions in a song. People probably feel that way about movies, about theater, about books, about poetry, you name it, the art form, the creative space, whatever. People probably feel that way about paintings when they see them. My version of all those things has always been with music. I connect with music. I understand the emotional side of those things. So even if I don't always understand the lyrics, I can kind of get a vibe for what the song is. Again, it's another song that is just so fucking heavy. And I feel like when you have this big theatrical type of feeling, you've got this very like, I mean, even the tension of the piano notes, those chords being hit, it's very slammed. It's very like emotional. And every single one of those pieces came together so beautifully for this track. And definitely one of my favorite Beyonce songs now. Hearing her belt that fucking pain out, belt the pain of losing somebody out. Like, Now, I don't know personally enough about Beyonce's life to know who she has lost or what would have been the inspiration for the song. But the thing is, I don't even have to, because I don't even need to know who it was. All I know is how she felt about it. That's power in music, baby. That's power. This is Blue. Oof.
We say words that don't mean a thing, but when you're holding me tight, I feel alive.
People always say this about being a parent. I feel like this is the people that are parents say that. Well, I guess like people that are like loving parents that really love being a parent, they say this. They say that like there is a life that is given to you from your child, and I don't have children. I don't plan on having children. I like to save the animals. That's my thing. But I can just imagine like that kind of love and that kind of bond and that kind of strength, because if I was a parent, that is exactly what I would strive for, because I understand what people need and maybe what they don't get when they're kids. And I think that like, that's such a strong bond. But to hear Beyonce sing it, it's just so beautiful to hear a mother sing about like how much they just really love their child. It's just get a little emotional, okay?
Make it last, hold on to me.
Oof.
Hold on to me.
Hey!
I feel so blessed to be looking at you. 'Cause we are
Like, come on. Are you kidding me? Like, that right there, that is how you want your mom to fucking sing about. You know what I mean? That right there. Like,
open your eyes. I feel alive.
ooh!
I'm so alive. So now let's just live it up.
It's so interesting. The instrumental, if this wasn't about Blue Ivy, like if this song was about I don't know, like a relationship or something going on with like the point is like there's this one note that happens right here where it almost like it does like a slide down, and so like it kind of where it almost feels like something like not good would be happening. So in any other context, that's where my mind would be going. But this song is so fucking happy, so definitely not.
When I
You can hear it though, right here, just so that I don't feel crazy.
come on, baby, won't you hold on to me? Baby, last forever. Come on, baby,
These hi-hats are so sick.
Hold on to me.
Damn.
Gotta hold on.
Come on, the delay on that, I can't tell if it's a snare or whatever it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be there for a snare, but it's got this really cool delay on it.
We gotta hold on.
Oh!
You gotta hold on.
you can hear this little guitar coming, right? That's got like that really hopeful sound. So the only thing I can think with that like one note that's making this feel like it's new is it's almost like it's like acknowledging that like times could be that like life could be tough, like, and this is happening in the instrumental, not lyrically, but she is saying lyrically that like, hold on to me, stay with me, like whatever is gonna happen, we're gonna do this together. And so it kind of feels like it's purposely like the instrumental is like putting itself into some like, you know, some naughty sauce, right? Like it's putting itself into some possibly like bad situations, but then it like comes back out to like, hey, we're gonna do all these things together, and then that's why like when this little guitar comes in, it's got this little like hopeful kind of sound to it. The idea being like, as long as we're together, we can, like, no wrong can come to us.
Baby, won't you hold on to me? Hold on.
Oh, that's so fucking cute. Man, I always love stuff like that because I think sometimes, like, Beyonce is larger than life. Like, it seems so inaccessible. Just this, like, huge personality, this, like, mega successful person, right? But, like, this, I think probably one of my favorite things about doing these album reactions is it's like, for this little bit of time, like, I'm not listening to this in cleaning my house. I'm not listening to this in driving. I'm not listening to this in, you know, exercising. I'm just listening to this record. You know what I mean? And when that happens, I become so personally connected to an artist at that time that by the end of that record, I feel like I understand them more, like I know them more. It's almost like if you want to understand an artist, just go listen to their music. They fucking tell you everything. You just have to listen. And I feel like with a track like this, it just humanizes Beyonce so much that I feel like for people that don't listen to Beyonce, or maybe people that have like a super negative opinion on Beyonce, but they've like never listened to her or anything, they just view her as, I mean, it's this pop machine, R&B machine, whatever. Like, no. Just play them this song, because I feel like songs like this can break that mold, because you realize that Beyonce is not just someone you see on the internet. She's not just someone on TV. She's not just someone winning awards. She's a fucking human being and a mom and a wife and all those things. And when you can get those parts of your life into your music and into like people that don't know you on that level, but you listen to your music and can understand a piece of your life, that's fucking incredible. She does that here. I don't know with this album, like, I don't know what it meant for Beyonce's career because I'm not there in the albums. We're still working our way backwards. Like, I don't know, like, what was happening before this all the way. Like, I'm familiar with some of the singles and stuff. I know that it was, like, a very different style, but I don't know when she got into this style. But when I'm listening to a lot of the elements of the lyrics here, it does feel like a moment in which Beyonce, especially at the start of this record with Pretty Hurts and Haunted, it's almost like starting out with, this is kind of what I've gone through that has brought me to the point that who I am today. However, this relationship that I have, this child that I have, all these things have made me be able to really see myself and love myself. And because of that, and because of this, you know, relationship I have with my husband and how he views me, I'm able to view all sides of me as beautiful and understand myself. Therefore, I want to express my love, my sexuality. I want to express my, you know, some of the hard parts too, like jealous. I want to, you know, things like No Angel, where it's like, I also want to expose that neither one of us are good, but we both see those sides to each other, and that's why we work so well together. You know, then you have something like Superpower, where it's, as we've seen it to be true in Beyonce's life, that relationship she had, it being a superpower. So I guess like a couple more tracks I want to talk about. Definitely want to talk about XO really quick, because I feel like this is definitely a song for the fans, even though like you can definitely, when you're listening to the other songs on this record, it would make sense that it could be a relationship based song. And I do believe that there is a piece to that. But I think the biggest piece of this is a song to the fans about people who see the real her when she's up on stage. And I think that's a very powerful thing for an artist. But, you know, I got to talk about Heaven, because I think this is the highlight on this record. even though like Haunted, you know, I love the production on that and I love the journey it takes us on, I just feel like Heaven taps into something where it's like, it's a side of Beyonce that I know, in the sense that, like, you know, her coming up, she was a very big like vocal artist. So a lot of like big ballads, big covers that you hear and stuff. So I know she's got the pipes for this, okay? But when you can take the pipes, I didn't mean it that way. When you can literally take your vocal talent and you can bring the emotional depth of losing somebody and bring that to a life in a ballad that is just so emotionally heavy that by the end of it, I felt like I was experiencing loss, like especially with like the prayer thing at the end, and then it's like right at the end, boom, chills, because it's like there was so much that just happened in that song, not only from a lyrical level, but those voice cracks she has. Again, that piano being so aggressive and her singing over it is just so much. And then the prayer, just to keep it all theatrical. I feel like that just showcases something so cool from Beyonce, and just shows that the vocal talent is just one piece of the puzzle that is Beyonce. So I'm starting to feel like I'm understanding Beyonce as an artist so much better. I think this is the, let's see, this is the 4th record that we've done from Beyonce already, and I'm so excited. I said I was gonna do this, and then when Cowboy Carter dropped, I started there. I was like, we're doing it. Then I did Renaissance because you guys were like, yeah, you should do this. This is cool. And then I was like, yeah, and I like that. Let's check out Renaissance. Boom, sick. Then I checked out Lemonade. That was the one I think I'd been looking forward to the most, because I knew so much of the lore around it. There's so much hype around that record for that I had to check it out. I like this record too because I feel like this showcases sort of a transitional period, I feel like. I don't know, again, when she started doing more of the sound. I don't know if this was it. I think it was, because I remember when the like the bonus track or like the remixes dropped, and I was like, man, I never heard Beyonce like go this hard, like on like some rap shit. Like I heard some stuff before, like Destiny's Child, like their cadence sometimes did have that hip hop element to it, but not on the level that we hear in this record, especially with the tracks that I know that we didn't listen to. But I feel like there was so much of that here. So this, in my opinion, feels like a transitional moment in her career, which is exciting, because if that's true, then we're going to get a whole different sound with the next record that we do. So I'm really looking forward to that. I hope you guys enjoyed this album reaction. This is so much fun going through Beyonce's music. I feel like there's just so much to learn about every artist. And when we do this, I feel like I get an introspective, well, maybe not introspective, but I get a perspective that I would have normally, never had access to. But it turns out that these celebrities, again, these musicians, they're telling us everything. We just got to listen and maybe read between the lines, or in my case, especially when it comes to Blue, I guess just listen to some of that instrumental and see if that'll tell you the emotion too. But I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Go check out Patreon. You can check out this full uncut album listening party, which looks like it's about an hour and 25 minutes long. The YouTube version is, I know, significantly less than an hour. So if you guys want to check that out and support my channel, it's super cheap to sign up. All the money just goes to supporting this page, because obviously YouTube's not monetized. I don't care. Patreon literally saved my life. So thank y'all so much. I love you. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.